more nervous than I used to be when I would do this. I've just had so much happen in the last year. My last video I put private, but it was talking about basically that I was leaving for a 30-day residential stay in Florida. That ended up being like the worst thing for me, and I hate like admitting that or talking about it because a lot of people paid a lot of money, and I did a lot of research, and I guess I don't know, I don't want to blame myself necessarily, but it was very like substance abuse based and religious based. We did a lot of AA, NA stuff. It just wasn't what it was like portrayed to me as, which was like a trauma rehab facility. Sure, I fell into like probably what I would consider the darkest, deepest depression I've ever been in, from like August to almost October, and honestly close to until like March of this year. I was in the worst spot in my life. I was sleeping in excess of like 16 to 18 hours a day. I pretty much just had like true crime podcast going every moment. My house was a disaster. I wasn't working. I wasn't eating anything besides like door dashing food, using what I had left as savings basically to just like get food delivered to my house, sleep, eat. It was just like I was the all-around epitome of like not Katie and not my true character. I feel like I felt really angry at myself and really like just so disheartened that treatment was not what it ended up needing to be. It's an excuse in a way. I very well could have like used it as motivation to like find it in myself and all that stuff, but it actually took having another like attempt on my life after leaving this program, that was back in like February, March time, to really like shift me in an entirely different direction. Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about things good, maybe bad, but like bad is subjective. I'm learning that like the more spiritual I become too, the more I understand that like everything kind of is a lesson. I don't remember the book, but I've been listening to some like audiobooks and stuff on YouTube, and one of them said that like a baseball game could be like happiness inducing to some person, or like it's the end of the world, they are so mad that their team lost. The game itself is not the happiness causer or the sadness causer, it's the person's reaction to it. Same with like a wedding. Someone could be so happy, it's like their daughter's getting married, it's the best day of their life, they're so happy, or their ex-husband's in the far back row fuming, mad, angry that it's not him. So it's like nothing in this world is like subject or like automatically 100% good or bad. There's things that are bad, don't get me wrong. Like I'm not saying like, you know, bad like cancer and death and shit are just like, oh, that's amazing. Like, no, we're saying that your reaction and how the trajectory you take after a traumatic event, or even just something that like really ruined your day, how you react to it ultimately is like how your brain's going to process that. I lost my mom, and I can sit here and be like, everything about that situation was awful, and it was in a lot of ways, but it taught me so much about like my own mental health, like how to get help, how to get other people help, because my mom took her life. Like that could be seen as like, wow, how do you even get over something like that? And ultimately I've come to the conclusion I will never get over it, but how I choose to handle situations like triggers or reminders, grief, things like that come about because of her death, those are my choices. Difference is like I still have those feelings. I'm not saying like, oh, I just have a plan, I get suicidal in that sense, but I get really low, and I get to the point of like I can see why I would have made a rash decision. I was very impulsive in that time period during like February, March when I had that. But being able to identify that like I am always going to be sick and I will always have these symptoms, and it's how I approach them, and it's how I cope with them, and it's how I react to them, that ultimately is going to give me any chance at life. I don't really feel like doing like a ton today. I don't have like major, I don't have plans. I was like, I don't have major plans. No, I ain't doing shit. Because look at my fucking, that's ridiculous. They're all on, and then I look like a lesbian. I don't even know where this is from, but it's like a hydraulic acid pineapple moisturizing thing that helps scars and dark marks. I have been doing a lot more of like finger techniques too, and when I say like none of this shit has ever crossed my mind to do, because it's honestly shit that like you kind of not like shouldn't do. I see people do it. It's not bad to do it. But Beauty Blender is just, I don't know why, or like I've used all kinds of stuff, and Beauty Blenders always end up looking, I don't know, really inconsistent. This is like, and I'm also a big painter, and I finger paint actually a lot in my acrylic paintings. Like if I don't like how the brush is working, I'll just like try to do it myself. I think I just like the malleability of it. That's a big word. Being able to kind of like just blend it myself. And I've honestly not been wearing makeup much at all, and that's like really huge for me, because I wasn't ever trying to hide anything necessarily, and it wasn't that I thought I was ugly without makeup. It's that I got so like accustomed to having like full lashes, foundation, contoured lipstick, you know, eyebrows, all that kind of stuff, that when I didn't wear it and I would go out, I'd be like, you look fucking weird. So high maintenance too. And I guess that's part of it also, is that I just don't have it in me to hold up like, that sounds like weird, but like hold up some image of myself. Like I used to think that I always had to just look great. I guess I was trying to impress people. I just thought that like, not even men, just I wanted to be like really pretty all the time, for people to be like, she's pretty. Now I'm like, honestly, these external things and external validation has been a huge problem in my life. When I say that like as a child I did not even get like anything, it's the opposite. I'm like, you know, things like that would tear a child down. You're worthless, you're nothing, everyone hates you, nobody loves you. Like, so now that I'm like an adult, I'm like, tell me you love me, tell me I'm pretty, please. Like, and part of me starting this vlog again is because I deleted social media, because I literally was speaking into like the internet existence, like validate me, like connect with me, tell me I'm normal, like tell me I'm not crazy. And like as far as that went, people did really resonate with a lot of stuff I said, and I'm glad they did, but it became less of me like helping them or helping others feel less alone, as like me trying to be like, I need to not feel alone. So I was posting everyday shit about like my everyday life traumas or stressors to previous traumas, or family dynamics, or job problems and financial issues, and like I just like was spilling all this shit out, and I'm like, finally I was like, these people do not fucking deserve to know. Some people do, don't get me wrong, like I do have like all my best friends on there, but there's people who probably do not have my best intentions at heart. I saw something the other day that talked about like positivity projection. There's fucking names for everything. Positivity projection is when you are like a positive, caring, empathetic, what I would consider like, to me, a normal person. Just wouldn't like hurt others. This is my favorite part. I don't like the face that it makes when I do it. I saw a TikTok and I have done it ever since, and it's worked so well. So like, see how you can see like where my chin, like double chin starts like that? So you do that then you do the line like kind of where the chin goes, and like when I blend, I'm telling you, I have one chin. What was I saying? Oh, positivity projection. And like, you will project your good heart onto people who are not good people. Not everyone, majority of people are actually not like out to help others or out to make other people's lives better. They're out to be selfish people. They literally like don't have the intention of helping others succeed or be happy in life. They care about their own success and happiness. I literally like trust everybody, and I used to. It's been worked on a lot recently, but when you act like that, when you think that everyone's a good person and no one really has like, that ultimately people are good, you put yourself into situations where you're going to have expectations, and expectations in life, I've learned, are the worst thing you can have. Never expect something to go your way. Don't expect the worst, expect whatever will happen is meant to happen. Like, what is meant to be will be. If that means you don't get the job, if you guys break up, if someone hurts your feelings like a friend and they're out of your life, it was meant to be like that. But if you have expectations of people, places, and things that they're somehow going to be, like as good of people as you, you're going to be rudely awakened a lot in your life. I have had to do a lot of adjustments of people, places, and things. And a big one has just been accepting that like I have to be alone. I do not like being alone. I fucking hate it. And my therapist has said you're seeking connection. You're seeking human connection. Ever since kind of like being forced to be alone because I am single, that face tells everything. I don't want a boyfriend. I just want like connection. I want to love. Like if I had more platonic love in my life, I almost think that like I wouldn't want this like romantic interest in my life so bad. I really have been kind of like forced into this alone space because I'm not working, so I'm not really socializing. I'm not drinking, so I'm not going out to the clubs. I don't have a boyfriend, so I don't spend a lot of time with anybody. Like I'm dating, so to speak, like going on dates, but that's like, you know, I'm not on dating apps, so I'm not racking up these dates like I could, like I say it like that, but like I could, like if I wanted to like just go on these meaningless like fucking interactions with people, I could. Doesn't fucking serve me. And anything that doesn't serve me gets released. That's one of my favorite lyrics in my songs, in a song that I've been listening to recently. What doesn't serve me gets released. Drinking doesn't serve me. Men, for the most part, do not serve me. I'm in that shit. No, I'm just kidding. But and like social media doesn't serve me. A lot, just not moving my body doesn't serve me. Not eating right doesn't serve me. Not drinking water doesn't serve me. Like I have these moments of like, I want to drink. I want a fucking cheeseburger. I want to go gamble. I want to like get on Tinder and just get validation. I want to like do these things that I know do not serve me. And I'm not saying that I haven't had these like moments of weakness where I've done certain things that like within the last few months I've been in this like healing stage, which I will get to that maybe in another video. I don't like saying that I'm like healing with like becoming your true self and into your true character. You're gonna make mistakes. Like healing is not linear, and I think that was hard for me to understand. Is like now that I'm literally looking at this like plate, or what I envision, it's just like a bunch of like these problems sitting in front of me that I'm like, now that I have this like clarity, so to speak, of like all these things that I've been doing that are negative and bad behaviors, I have a lot to work on. Like, and I have a problem with like perfectionism. And so to be gentle with myself and be like, you know what? I drank 2 bottles of water instead of my normal like 6 or 7. I had some caffeine more than I should have. I didn't eat quite right. Start again tomorrow. tomorrow's a new day. Like, starting over the next day is better than letting those like mistakes trip you up and snowball too. It used to be like, I don't know, didn't say take my meds for like a couple days. I just like wanted to lay in bed and whatever. Pick it back up, do it again, start from square one. It doesn't take that much unless you've just like totally fucked something up. Like, you are allowed to make mistakes. You are allowed to have these bad days. I always call them down days. Like, just these days where you don't want to fucking do shit. You don't want to take your meds. You don't want to shower. You don't want to clean. You don't want to go to work. Have those days. Go ahead. Do not let it consume you. And that was like something that I struggled with so much, is every emotion was all consuming. I would let these emotions just like blow up in my head. Stumble, do not fall. Like, you can have these moments of like, I shouldn't have done that. I could have done better. Like, I don't think even quote unquote like normal people, I need to start just calling them neurotypicals because that's what they are. They make mistakes. They have these days. Like, you're more normal than you think. It's your decision how much you're going to let these bad moments affect you. Because yeah, like I said, healing's not linear. Like, you're going to have ups and downs, especially as a neurodivergent person, and you can't beat yourself up. Just be gentle with yourself and like, yeah, start somewhere. Take that first step, that initial like little baby step. You don't have to like initial jump, initial leap, initial fucking quit my job and do all this. Like, just drink more water today, get a little bit more sleep, drink less alcohol, tell someone like you care about them, have a good conversation, go out in nature. Like, I'm just saying, okay, I'm gonna wrap up because apparently I've been talking for a fucking half hour. So I'm just gonna fix my face, do it all like my makeup, come back and say goodbye. So okay, so I had a mini meltdown and it took me a minute. If you can tell, it's like sunset-ish time, like golden hour, about 2.5 hours later, because I don't fit in any of my clothes because I'm bloated, and I feel like Regina when I'm like, nothing but sweatpants fit me right now. I'm so mad. But my face is cute, and my hair is cute, and my little earrings, and I look fine from like up. So anyways, yeah, nice to see you guys back. Thanks for coming back to my channel. Keep an eye out for more. I don't know if I plan on doing more like the beauty makeup stuff with the mental health, more like vlogging. Either way, we'll be in it together, and I love all of you, and I hope you all have a good day and a good week if I don't post in a bit. So love you. Bye.